Okay, I want to share this with you. Just listen to it. Don't get all pissed off. Okay? This is from one of our regular listeners, Jim in Vancouver. I wonder if he knows Bob Alexander. Jim in Vancouver writes, Dear Mike, finally, Obama's fatal character flaw. I watched the debate. Sure, it's a show like wrestling, a personality contest, but Obama's basic personality finally shone through for everyone to see and demonstrated why he caves in so much. He's personally spineless, and there's a strong racist taboo he can't overcome. In the black culture, looking someone in the eye is a challenge to fight. Obama wouldn't look Romney in the eye. Why? The apologizers are saying that Obama was looking down at notes. Sure, that may be true. But whenever Romney caught his eye, Obama dropped his. This was so conditioned a response that it can only originate from a core trait in Obama's personality. It speaks to Obama's base character. It tells us why he became a mediator, which all along was his real strength, and which everyone, myself included, equated with leadership abilities. It seems the two skill sets are not interchangeable, at least not with this fatal character flaw. They might be if it weren't that, at heart, Obama is scared of face-to-face confrontation. Bluntly, he's a coward who avoids fights. That's why he chose mediation and shines at negotiations, tasks more suited to a Secretary of State. If he had Hillary's job, he'd be great, and his basic flaw would perhaps never have been tested or exposed. But after this stint as president, if he loses this election, he'll be finished as a politician, and the country will be screwed besides. Remember when he was first elected, how he debated all the Republican leaders at once? Each of his opponents had notes and prepared summations, and Obama shot them all down a cappella, with a condescending smile, I might add. I believe he thought he was then in the midst of a Yale debate club, which is his element. At the time of that debate, he was still an idealist who thought that everyone fought by the Marquis of Queensberry rules and basically had the good of the country at heart. Now he knows better. Now he's still an idealist, but a disillusioned one. He's up against a bunch of stupid and selfish old white men who personally hate him simply because he's smarter than they are. He's finally caught on that the attacks are personal, and his opponents are so powerful, but so lacking in ethics, that they would rather trash the country and hurt millions around them than cooperate with him one iota. They hate him so much that they would rather break all the toys that allow him to play with any one of them. He realizes that now. When Romney looks him in the eye, I think that Obama literally feels that as a directed personal attack by everybody on that side. From watching how Romney can lie without the slightest unconscious eye movement, I believe he is a sociopath, Romney. I have one of those in my family, so I'm well familiar with their ability to lie. These people casually lie just to keep in shape. It's recreation for them, and more importantly, it's a necessary business trait for a vulture capitalist. Obama, with no stomach for face-to-face fights, is no match for a personality like that. Romney was coached to attack directly, personally attack, and to lock eye contact whenever he could. He was coached to ignore the mediator, ignore the audience, disregard everything, and just to personally attack Obama. Somebody on that team has correctly assessed Obama's character. It's as if they've had him pegged from the beginning. If Obama has control, say as president, and being gutless, this personality requires him to become an appeaser. He unconsciously capitulates to confrontation. I think all the idealism is kicked out of him. If my read now, after watching his instinctual dropping his eyes from contact, if my read is correct, it explains why he's caved in on everything right from the beginning. It's as if whenever he goes face-to-face with someone, he caves. which is why he's a poor leader. I wonder if anyone on Obama's team has seen this weakness in his character. And if they have, has anyone had the guts to bring it to his attention? Jim in Vancouver. Interesting. Whether you agree with that or not, interesting. It does touch kind of peripherally on what we were talking about, or what I was screaming about last night. From Trevor. Mike, I've said this before and I'll say it for the last time. I've told you that Obama is deathly afraid of coming across as, quote, the angry black male, end quote. He will therefore never be able to stand up and be assertive. Obama has been raised to always make sure he comes across as non-threatening to the status quo and to white America. This makes him incapable of fighting or even defending his position on anything. Every time I see Obama, it reinforces my thinking that I made the right decision in leaving the U.S. All the best to you, Trevor. And this from Judy B., titled My Debate, or The Debate, My Take. Mitt Romney dug his own grave deeper. He backed off of the so-called principles of the Tea Party and right-wing nut jobs while lying to appear moderate. The crazies are not going to like the fact that he dissed them. And the Obama team will use his lies against him in their ad campaigns. Joe Biden will be the junkyard dog in his debate with Paul Ryan and deal with all that Obama chose to ignore with Romney. All you have to remember is that Team Obama is strategic and always working the long game. The debate was an evidence-gathering exercise, and Mitt indicted himself with the lies that came out of his own smirking mouth. Judy B. All righty then.